If you want to break out of the cycle of being broke, you need to start making different choices. Too many people waste years spinning their wheels, working hard but getting nowhere, chasing the wrong goals and staying stuck. In this video, I'm going to share 5 key principles that separate the broke from the millionaires. Master these and you'll fast track your way into financial success. These are the exact principles that have helped me build a multi-million-dollar business and to take control of my life and wake up every day knowing that I am moving forward. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I drop videos like this every week, packed with strategies to help you level up your finances, your business, and your life. The first principle is don't work just for money. Now, a high salary might seem like the ultimate goal, but if you're only working for a paycheck, you're stuck in a cycle where your income is tied directly to your time. Now, I know plenty of people with great salaries who still feel trapped. They work long hours, they save a little, and then they spend money trying to escape their routine. But deep down, they know they aren't growing. Their income depends entirely on their job. And the moment that they stop working, the money is gonna stop too. Wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how you earn it. The key is to chase skills and ownership, not just a bigger paycheck. Early in my career, I had 2 choices: take a steady job with decent pay or a lower paying opportunity that will give me real valuable skills. And I chose the harder path, and that decision changed everything. The skills that I gained helped me start a business, make smart investments, and build long-term wealth, something no salary alone could ever do. And when you develop valuable skills, you really never have to worry about being broke. Every job, project, or challenge should be adding something to your skill set. Some of the most profitable and valuable skills today include coding and automation. As the world moves toward AI and automation, the ability to build and optimize tech solutions is becoming more valuable than ever. Copywriting and persuasion. Whether it's selling a product or pitching investors or writing ad copy, mastering persuasive communication is a money-making skill for life. Video editing and content creation. Now, with the rise of digital media, those who can create engaging content have limitless earning potential. Sales and marketing. The ability to sell anything is the foundation of business success. If you can bring in revenue, you're always going to have opportunities. And while skills can increase your income, ownership and equity are what truly build wealth. If you only work for a paycheck, you'll always be trading time for money. But owning a stake in something that grows allows your wealth to compound over time. And there are 3 main ways to gain equity. You can start your own business. This is one of the most powerful paths to wealth. As a founder, you build something that grows value over time. Even if you don't own 100% of the company, whether it's due to fundraising or co-founders or equity splits, you still own a share of something scalable. Every dollar that the business earns contributes to its valuation, and as an owner, that means your net worth grows with it. Earning sweat equity. If you have specialized skills, you can negotiate equity in a company instead of taking a paycheck. Some of the wealthiest people started this way, trading their expertise for ownership in a business with high growth potential. This allows you to build wealth without needing a large amount of capital up front. Investing in businesses. Now, if you have capital, investing in early stage companies can be a powerful wealth building strategy. By backing the right businesses early, you gain a stake in their success and you can profit as they grow. Now, the key here is understanding the risks, choosing wisely, and leveraging your expertise to add value just beyond money. Millionaires don't just earn money, they create it. Self-made millionaires don't settle for trading time for dollars. They leverage skills and ownership to create wealth that works for them. They build something that grows beyond their own efforts. The sooner you shift from focusing on paychecks to focusing on assets and value creation, the faster you'll move from broke to millionaire. That brings us to the second principle, which is don't chase status. Focus on building real wealth. Now, a lot of people look rich, but very few actually are rich. The difference is the wealthy prioritize assets while others prioritize appearances. I used to see people my age driving luxury cars, taking extravagant vacations, and living what looked like the dream life. Meanwhile, I was working late nights, reinvesting every dollar and wondering if I was falling behind. But here's what I realized. Most of those people weren't actually wealthy. They were buried in debt. They were living paycheck to paycheck, and they were sacrificing long-term financial security for the sake of looking successful. The top 1% don't play that game. They don't waste cash trying to impress people. They focus on ownership, investments, and scalable income streams. Now, don't get me wrong, luxury isn't the problem. The timing is. Buying nice things isn't a bad thing. The problem is whenever you buy them before you've built real wealth. Millionaires aren't tying up their cash and liabilities. They hold off on luxury spending until they know that their wealth is sustainable. That's why they build assets first and luxuries later. They let their money multiply before spending it on things that depreciate. They live below their means. They set benchmarks before spending big. They might say, I'll buy a $100,000 car whenever I have $1 million in assets. Now, this isn't just about personal finance. finance. It's the same mistake some startups make whenever they chase funding for clout instead of actual growth. Now, these days, raising capital can feel like a competition for the fastest TechCrunch headline. It's all about flexing. Startup raises $10 million in a day, still doesn't know what it does, and we've all seen that. The same way that some people buy luxury cars that they can't afford to impress others, some founders raise money just to boost their status. They see other startups on their Instagram feed announcing massive rounds and think, hey, I need to do that. Fundraising should be about scaling the business, not looking like a winner before you've even built something that works. Now, raising money can be great, but only when you have a plan to deploy that capital and grow your business and provide a real return to investors. If you're taking funding just to look like you've made it, it might come back to bite you. Today's video is brought to you by Forecaster. Now, I created Forecaster after seeing entrepreneurs struggle with their financials. Many would refresh their bank accounts every day, they'd stress over cash flow, and they'd try to cobble together these clunky spreadsheets to try to understand their business. And when it came to fundraising, things got even harder, leading to confusing financial plans that really hurt their credibility with investors. That's why we built Forecaster. It's world-class software designed to make your numbers clear, attract investment, and to help you grow faster with the power of data. Plus, every customer is paired with an expert financial coach to guide them every step of the way. Click the link below for a free 30-minute discovery session with our team. If you're a fit to move forward, we'll throw in a free 10 hours of analyst time, which covers the full cost of your onboarding into our software. Now, we only take 50 new customers per month, so claim your spot today. Spots are very limited. Principle number 3 is don't try to do everything yourself. Now, the biggest mistake people make when trying to build wealth is believing they have to do everything alone. No matter how skilled or hardworking you are, trying to handle every task yourself will slow you down, limit your earning potential, and it'll eventually burn you out. A lot of people resist delegating because they think no one can do it as well as I can, or worse, if I don't do it, it won't get done right. I used to think the same way until I heard a quote by Dan Martell that completely changed my perspective. 80% done by somebody else is 100% freaking awesome. It made me realize that I was clinging to tasks that weren't actually helping me grow. The most successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and business leaders don't do everything themselves. They build a team. They understand leverage. Using other people's time, skills, and expertise, they can focus on what truly moves the needle. I mean, think about it. Entrepreneurs don't run billion-dollar companies alone. They hire world-class teams. Pro athletes don't train without coaches, nutritionists, or managers. They outsource to the experts. Millionaires don't spend hours doing things that don't grow their wealth. They delegate. When I finally let go and started delegating, my business grew and I had more time to focus on what actually mattered. Trying to do everything myself was only holding me back. If you're still holding on to every task, here's how you can start letting go. Identify what you can delegate. Look at your daily tasks. What doesn't require your specific skills? Things like scheduling and data entry, editing, or admin work can easily be handed off. Find the right person for the job. Whether it's a virtual assistant, a freelancer, or a friend or family member that's willing to help, match the task with somebody who can do it well. Give clear instructions and let go. Be specific about what you need. Hand off a standard operating procedure and then step back and trust the process. It might not be done 100% your way, but that's okay. An excuse some people give is, but I can't afford to outsource. Well, outsourcing isn't really about spending money. It's about saving time. If someone else can do something better or faster than you, you're losing money by holding on to it. Millionaires delegate to free up time for high-value work, things that directly grow their businesses or income. Somebody else can do it better or faster, and that efficiency compounds over time. Wealth isn't built by doing everything. It's built by focusing on what matters the most, leveraging the power of others. That leads me to my 4th principle, which is don't work hard without a plan. Now, hard work is important, but hard work alone won't make you successful. I know people who hustle every single day, long hours, non-stop effort, yet they're still stuck in the same place because they don't have a plan. They confuse being busy with being productive. If you don't have a clear strategy, you'll spend years grinding with very little to show for it. You'll need to know where you're going and how you're going to get there. That means setting goals, tracking progress, and adjusting when necessary. This is why hard work without a plan fails. It's inefficient. You can put in tons of effort, but if you're working on the wrong things, you won't see real progress. It's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not actually going anywhere. You lose focus. Without a clear direction, it's easy to jump from one thing to another, to get distracted and to waste time on tasks that don't actually matter. A roadmap keeps you on track and focused on results. You miss opportunities. When you're constantly grinding without a strategy, you're not thinking ahead. You might overlook risks or fail to take advantage of key opportunities. A solid plan helps you stay prepared and make smarter decisions. Don't make the mistake of putting your ladder against the wrong wall. Although you need a plan, you don't always need a strict plan. There are times when flexibility is beneficial, like when you're exploring something new, gathering data, or testing different approaches. Creative work often thrives in less rigid structure. But even in these cases, you still need a framework to turn effort into results. This is how a plan separates hard work from smart work. Clarity. When you have a plan, you know exactly what you're working toward. It gives you clear goals and a way to measure progress. Instead of guessing if you're on track, you'll know for sure. Prioritization. Not everything deserves your time and energy. A plan helps you identify what actually matters so that you're not wasting effort on things that don't move you forward. Adaptability. A good plan isn't rigid. It's a guide that adjusts as situations change. The most successful people know how to pivot while they're still staying focused on the end goal. Success isn't about hustling aimlessly. You move with purpose. So stop grinding just to grind. Set a plan, take action, and focus on real results. The last principle is don't blame others. There's an old proverb that says, "The man who blames others has a long journey ahead. The man who blames no one has already arrived." It's easy to blame outside factors whenever things don't go your way. If you fail, it might feel like the system is unfair. If you miss a deadline, you might think that you don't have enough time. If you're struggling financially, it's tempting to blame the economy, your background, or bad luck. But blame never moves you forward. Even blaming yourself won't get you anywhere. Feeling guilty or beating yourself up won't change anything. Taking responsibility does. When you take ownership over your choices, the good or the bad, you take back control. And when you have control, you have the power to make a change. The moment that I made a decision that everything in my life was my responsibilities, my failures, my actions, and my future, was the moment that I started actually making progress. Successful people don't waste time making excuses. They focus on what they can control. They don't sit down and complain. They take action to fix problems. They don't wait for things to change. They change their approach. Meanwhile, the people who constantly blame others stay stuck. They give away their power. They're too busy explaining why things aren't working instead of figuring out how to win. And look, life isn't always fair. Some people start with more money or more connections or more opportunities, but dwelling on that won't change your situation. So here's how to shift your mindset. Stop blaming others. The moment you do, you'll see opportunities that you were blind to before. Stop making excuses. If something isn't working, just adjust your approach. Own your failures. The most successful people in the world have failed countless times, but they learn, adapt, and they move forward. Being successful comes down to how you respond to obstacles. The sooner you can start to change it. No one else is coming to fix your life. You are in charge of your success. Now, if you made it this far, you're already miles ahead on the path to becoming a millionaire. Now, if you want to take it even further and optimize your health and fitness, check this link out to learn how you can get abs easily in 90 days. I'll see you there.